What is wrong with this football club? I just don't get it. What is wrong?
As I said, people, with Arsenal, when they do something, it's not necessarily what they've done, it's the consequences of what they've done. And that's why we need to talk, people. That's why we need to talk. I was sat here 2-3 weeks ago going, yo, Eze sounds like it's in the bag. Maybe he plays off the left, or maybe we get some more money together and still get a left winger. That's where my mindset was at coming back from the tour. I kept hearing Eze's name on tour. I said, yo, they sound confident, man. Eze, okay, maybe he'll play left wing. I'm not a big fan of that, but I'm coming back now going, no Eze, no Rodrigo, no Leao, no Lookman. Welcome to Arsenal, Jadon Sancho on deadline day. 1 year loan with an option to buy. Would you be surprised? Would you be surprised? Jadon Sancho, welcome to Arsenal, deadline day, 1 year loan with an option to buy. He wants to stay in London. Would you be surprised? This is the equivalent of trying to sell your car because it's mashed up, it's making a rattling noise. It's done. It's leaking oil. You can't sell it, so instead, you put a new air freshener in it. And you pretend it's a new car. No, you just brought a vanilla air freshener, bro, from the local Tesco. It smells fresh when you get in the car for the next 3 days, but it's still the rattling sound. It's still leaking oil. It's still got high mileage on the clock. You're just smelling a little vanilla for 2 or 3 days until it wears off. You know that little tree? Has anyone ever bought that one, the tree? You just pull the strings, hang it over the mirror. The car smells great for 2 days. Then it just fades quickly. That's all you've done here, my friend. You've put a vanilla air freshener in the same banger of a car that's still leaking oil, that still makes a rattling sound, that you still need to get rid of. And you've tried to dress it up as a new car. He looks knackered. Stella or Trossard, he plays like he's drunk sometimes. Trossardinho when he's good, Stella or Trossard when he's bad. He looks knackered. He's got massive bags under his eyes. He's been grey for about 3 years. I think the signs are telling you, move him on. The lad's exhausted. Instead, you've said, give Kung Fu Panda a new deal on more money. Give him even more money. So I've watched Liverpool sell Luis Diaz. Fantastic left winger. Would start for Arsenal, by the way. Let's put that out there. Luis Diaz sold by Liverpool. Man City loaning out Jack Grealish, £100 million player, although he has massively dropped off at City, but I think that's Pep. So they're loaning out £100 million left wingers. Liverpool selling a left winger that I think is very, very good. I'm a big fan of Luis Diaz. And we're going to Trossard, here, mate, have even more money because we can't sell you. Let me break this down for you. I'll tell you exactly what's happened here. Without even knowing, I tell you what's happened here. They've gone into the market to sell him. They've not been able to get rid of him. They've then looked at it and gone, Martinelli is playing absolutely dreadful. Right? This is the worst Martinelli we've ever seen at Arsenal. So they're going, we need to motivate Trossard because Trossard might end up starting left wing ahead of Martinelli. What can we do to motivate Trossard to make him feel like he's important to us? We'll give him even more dough. In a World Cup year, he's comfortable in London. He's already on 90 grand a week. Give him more money to motivate him, because the way Martinelli's playing, we're going to need to start Trossard. So give him more dough. He's already on 90 grand a week, so he's going to be on above £100,000 a week now.
We got some bad news, ladies and gentlemen. We got some bad news. Where do we begin? Let's begin with this right here. Leandro Trossard has agreed to a new deal at Arsenal. The 30-year-old will have a salary increase to reflect the value role in the squad. No, the deal is not extended. Still runs until 2027. First things first. Arsenal, in order to bring in a new left winger or another option, would have needed to sell Leandro Trossard or Gabriel Martinelli. Now that Trossard is staying, it is more than likely that Arsenal are not going to bring in anybody. And I honestly do believe this is a joke. I honestly do believe this is somewhat embarrassing because we have worked all transfer window to try to improve the squad, and we've come up with Zubimendi and Gyökeres. Now, the only reason why I mentioned those guys is because those are the only two I consider as starters. The rest of them, I consider them as squad players. Madueke, squad player. Backup DM in Norgard. Backup goalkeeper in Kepa. Backup defender in Mascara. That's 4 backups, 2 starters. I can't understand why we would end the business of this window this disappointing. It's very disappointing. It indicates that we're not going to go and sign anybody now. It indicates that Rodrigo, forget about him.
I'd like to be sitting here bringing you some transfer news, a new winger or number 10 or something like that, but this is a bit of a strange one, and it's left me absolutely confused. But it looks like, by all reports that were emerging last night, that Leandro Trossard has signed a new contract. Now, the shocking part of all of this is that it's not a new contract in terms of extension, its length, etc., etc. We've simply just given him more money. Nothing else has changed. The length of the contract remains the same. We've just given him more money. And it's left me absolutely confused. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that Trossard's been a great player for us. When you look at when he came in, how much he's cost, some of the moments he's given us, it's been value for money. But he's 30 years old, and he's a player that we're looking at and thinking, do we cash in, get a bit of money, and then we can go after an actual left winger? Either him or Martinelli's got to go. But we cannot have Trossard and Martinelli as our left-wing options for the season. You bring in Madueke, who's not a natural left winger, so that's not going to work. If our season is dependent on Martinelli and Trossard again on the left-hand side, then I'm sorry, but there needs to be questions answered. Because at the end of last season, when we fell short and we knew where the problems were and we knew how weak and, light our squad was and everything else, we were told that we were going to get an unprecedented summer. Mikel Arteta said that when he thinks about it, he gets goosebumps. There's no goosebumps about what I'm seeing. Don't get me wrong, there's some players that we brought in that I feel are upgrades. But again, we're still doing this one in, one out policy. And when you look at the reality of it, we probably only signed one player that's an addition to the squad. Kepa comes in for Neto. Mascara, you can say he comes in for Tomiyasu. Zubimendi comes in for Thomas Partey. Norgard comes in for Jorginho. Madueke comes in for Sterling. And the only player there that's been brought as an addition is Gyökeres. So where's the strengthening?
Eze to Spurs. These filhos da puta tried to gaslight me. These filhos da puta tried to tell me we're going to get Rodrigo. Rodrigo, meu cu. Rodrigo, meu cu. Eu avisei. I warned you, filhos da puta, we better not be letting Eze go to Spurs. But you know what was the priority? We needed to get Norgard. We needed to go and get Kepa. We needed to go and get Mascara. We needed to go and get Madueke. You stupidos da merda. And I bet any money it's that flipping toupee wearing looking filho da puta getting his hair gel and his flipping hair dye from flipping super drug. Mikel Arteta, that Spanish looking Enrique Iglesias looking pussyo. I bet you any money it's that lying, cheating, stealing Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero, filho da puta that allowed this bullshit to happen. Do you know what, yeah? Suck your mum. I'm tired of this filho da puta. I'm tired of this guy being at this club. I'm tired of us prioritizing players that are going to take us nowhere. Eze walks into this team. What is the excuse? Mas qual é a desculpa? Qual é a desculpa? We are allowing Spurs to strengthen in a position that we need to strengthen. Mas que estúpidos da merda é que estão a tomar essa decisão? Que estúpidos da merda? Hã? Abre o olho, filho da puta. Abre o olho. Abre esse olho, estúpido da merda. Nothing is changing. These maricas da merda told me, oh, we just need a striker. Just get one striker. Cala a boca, estúpido panleiro. Estúpido da merda. It's not enough. I told you it's not enough. We can't create anything for Gyökeres. Our number 10's going hiding. Look at the performance. Look at the Bulgaria performance that he put against Man United. And then this is what we get. After that bullcrap performance, after getting cooked all pre-season, this is the merda that we got to see, yeah? This is the merda that we got to see. The whole fan base, I don't care if you're Arteta in or Arteta out, everybody knew we wanted Eze. What did this fan base, what did this club do? Oh, what was the lie that they told us? What was the lie that these Phillies staff told us? Oh, it doesn't matter. The Madueke deal will not hinder us getting Eze. Really? Really? So why is it being reported that Eze has agreed terms with Spurs? Agreed terms with Spurs? You stupidos da merda. Nada muda nessa merda, pá. É sempre repetir a mesma porcaria every season. The only thing that changes is the date. It's the same merda. And this flipping Spanish paella breath danky tapasi hamoni chorizo on his mouth talking rubbish.
What is wrong with this football club? I just don't get it. What is wrong? What's the remedy? What's the cure? Because the nonsense, year in, year out, transfer window in, transfer window out, that manages to come out from new angles as well. Oh, you thought that was some bullshit? Check this one out. Oh, you thought that was some nonsense? Check this one out. It's like they want to beat the last bit of nonsense they've done. And listen, we've had bigger examples of nonsense in the past. But someone help me understand what a pay rise for Leandro Trossard, but not an extension, just a pay rise, does for us. Does it improve his value? No. Does it make him more sellable? No, in fact, the opposite. His wages are higher. A problem we're finding with other players in the club still here 2 weeks off deadline day that should have been moved 2 weeks after the season ended. But we thought now's the right time to give Trossard a pay rise to indicate his value in the squad. I thought he had a year left. The guy has 2 years left. We didn't need to worry about Leandro. He's a squad player. He does what a squad player needs to do. He comes in when called upon. He turns up when called upon, especially off the bench. And that's it, when called upon. Where that went a bit left in the season, just gone, is that we're bringing in Sterling deadline day, another example of nonsense, year in, year out, transfer window in, transfer window out. We're bringing in Sterling for no reason whatsoever, only to realise that Trossard's probably the best of the lot. So he becomes a starter, in and out the side. And that's where maybe his value has been forgotten a little bit. I want to keep Trossard. Don't forget that, people. I want to keep Trossard. But I didn't want to give him a pay rise. I thought he had a year left. I said, see it out. 2 years even better. See it out. That's someone who's Premier League proven off the bench.
And back to reality, blood. You get me? Reality has sunk in since I have crossed the Atlantic Ocean via the Caribbean Ocean, the Caribbean Sea, that we will not be signing anyone else in this transfer window, blood. You get me? We will be going into this season with the current squad that we have. And the evidence I have for that is Leandro Trossard, the 30-year-old, has been given a new and improved, they have improved this man's contract, blood. It's not even a thing where they've given him an added year so that we can get a bit of money. We have given him a 2-year deal, blood, with improved terms, bro. Improved money. You understand? This is what this football club is doing, bro. You get me? They are re-signing a 30-year-old, blood. You understand? They told me that we are dilly-dallying with the Eze deal because of his age, blood. You get me? That's what they told me, fam. You understand? They told me that the Eze and Rodrigo deals were separate deals. I repeat, key word, ladies and gentlemen, separate deals, to the Noni Madueke deal, blood. But I told every single one of you, when I was so adamant against this Noni Madueke signing, when I was telling all of you lot, blood, that we should not be allowing this to happen. We need to do all we can to try and stop this move because it will affect the rest of the window, blood. It will jeopardize what we actually need to bring into this squad to catch Liverpool. You get me? To stay ahead of Man City, blood. You understand? And we haven't done that, bro. You get me? You lot sat there and you lapped up the Noni Madueke deal. Tried to say, oh, it's not that bad. You're overreacting, troops. You're being negative. We're going to get Eze. We're going to get Rodrigo. We're going to cook this year. What are we going to cook, blood? What are we going to cook, blood? We can't even fry a fucking egg, mate. You understand? Can't even fry an egg, bro. You get me? The decision-making of this club from top to bottom absolutely stinks.